students. Today we will talk about topic manufacturing industries. Once we say manufacturing, what is it? We call that process manufacturing when we put raw materials to some unit and we make valuable products out of it. Paper is manufactured from wood, sugar from sugarcane, iron and steel from iron ore, aluminium from bauxite. Once we say that some types of clothes are manufactured from yarn, which itself is an industrial product. Means we get cotton from the trees as raw material, we take it towards the industries, we manufacture cotton textile. Once the people they get employed in the secondary activities, they are termed as working in manufacturing units. Here the material obtained from primary sector, it is used as raw material, and then while manufacturing it gets converted into finished goods. The workers employed in steel factories or car or textile industries, bakeries, etc., they all are so called working in manufacturing units. Some people they are employed in providing services, and here in manufacturing part of this unit we will talk about those industries which fall in secondary sector. Economic strength of the country is also measured by the development of manufacturing industries. Why? Because if we say that we people have resources, we are working in primary sector, we have talked earlier that more than 60% of the population is busy in working in primary sector. The raw materials we obtain and we pass it on to the secondary unit where it is processed and gets converted into finished products, that is value is added to this raw material and it is termed as goods obtained from secondary sector, that is the manufacturing units. Now comes the importance of manufacturing. What it is? We say it like as good as agriculture, we say it is the mainstay of the economy. Similarly, manufacturing is considered as the backbone of the development of the nation. Why? Because manufacturing industries they not only help in modernizing the agriculture. Now how this manufacturing unit is modernizing the agriculture? By giving tractors, threshers, harvesters, say pesticides we are using in agriculture, but where it is being prepared? In the manufacturing units. So they form the backbone of our economy. They also reduce the dependence of people on agricultural income only. Means a good percentage no doubt is busy in agriculture. Rest of the people they get work in secondary sector and tertiary sector as well. So secondary sector by providing jobs to the people reduces the burden on the agriculture sector. Second importance is that this development, industrial development, is one of the major requirement to eradicate poverty from the country, to reduce unemployment from the country. Now the thing behind it is that all public sector industries and joint sectors in India they provide employment to the people. The aim to bring down the regional disparity is being taken care by the development of industries, by the establishment of the industries in remote areas, in tribal areas, for the development of backward people. Export of manufactured goods is also getting expanded and the trade is increasing. We are getting foreign exchange and it is solving our requirement of finances. Now the countries they are getting transformed towards developed countries. How? because their raw material is being worked out in their countries only. Children, do you remember topic of history? Once we say that raw materials were being taken from our country towards the British parts for their industries, they used to work it out, and the finished goods are being utilized by our country, are being purchased. So we get costly products in exchange of our exports of our raw materials. So why not to develop manufacturing units in our country and put into usage those raw materials, get it converted into finished goods. Now the demand is, once we say that we should work out for local products, and the thing is being solved by the establishment of manufacturing industries. Agriculture and industry, they to go hand in hand. How? Because goods from agriculture are being processed in industries, and the goods we get, the final goods we get back from industries, they are forming the base of development of agriculture. Means they are boosting each other. Agriculture is raising its productivity, which is benefiting the industries by providing raw material to them, and similarly the products prepared in manufacturing units, that is like pumps, fertilizers, insecticides, pesticides, pipes, machines and tools, these are being utilized by the farmers and they are working for their development. So manufacturing industry, it is not only helping agriculturists in increasing their production, but is also making them very much efficient. Once we are talking of globalization, our industry, it needs to be more efficient and competitive as well. And presently our honorable prime minister is talking about working with the raw material in our country only, so that we may not be just the supplier of raw material to developed countries, but we will be putting on our efforts. That is, Atmanirbhar Bharat is working these days, and more competitiveness we are going to face. Self-sufficiency alone is not enough. That is what? It is not necessary to get the products only for our usage. Rather, we have to take over the world market now. We are to get ready with enough products so that we are one of the major exporters of our goods to the various countries. That is, we would be able to develop our position in the international market and will be able to compete there in a better way. Now comes the contribution of industry to national economy. Children, once we say contribution of industry to national economy, means how far the industrial production has been able to either give its share in the development of the nation, or it has taken a rise for GDP. Means the percentage of mining, quarrying, how much it has been able to work for the good of the country. Once we say comparing it with the other nations, so with some countries we may be said like we are producing, yeah, our contribution is a bit less. Maybe comparing with the other countries, it is better than the other countries. So the trend of growth rate of manufacturing is increasing and decreasing, sometimes increasing. Now the conditions prevailing in the nation, they are the ones on which the contribution of industry, it is dependent, that how far it is going to help for the nation's development. The desired growth rate always is in double digit. Now manufacturing is, once it is low, It gives an alarm for the country that GDP's share, its share in GDP is declining. So appropriate policies, they keep on working every time so as there is improvement in the industrial production. Now NMCC is also working. This is National Manufacturing Competitiveness Council. So the task of this council is to look into the working of industries, that with what machines they are working, how much is the production, how far the final goods are able to compete in the world market, and how far their objectives are able to be achieved. Now comes industrial location. Children, industrial location is based on two things. One, on human factors, second, on physical factors. Now, this is a complex task in nature. It is influenced by that how much is the availability of the raw material, how much labor is there, either skilled or unskilled, who is there with enough capital to start that industry in any region, how far the power supply is available, and finally whether the market is available or not. Means once the things are ready, whether the purchasers are there or the suppliers are there with the products and there is no customer. So it is rarely possible to find all these factors all together. So what is done? It is a tendency to locate the industries where most of the things are able to be managed or are present there. Basically, we should talk here of raw material which are heavy, because heavy raw material, if to be taken from one place to another, it increases its transportation cost. So once the industrial activity it starts, urbanization also is there taking place. So the industries are located in or near the cities basically. So industrialization and urbanization, they are also going hand in hand. Cities, because they provide banking facility, market facility, and transport facility. Labor is also available. Why labor is available in urban areas? Because for a better living, people, they keep migrating from rural areas towards the urban areas. So consultants also are there. Advisors in terms of finances are available in the urban areas. So it is good and it is easy to develop any industry in urban area. Or you say the place where the industries are established, those places, they slowly and steadily they get modernized. People, they start living in those areas and it gets converted into urban area. Now industries, they also tend to come together to make use of advantages offered by urban centers known as agglomeration economy. Agglomeration economy is the term given to where the complete infrastructure is provided for the betterment of the industries or for the establishment of any of the industries. Once we say that quite previous times, few decades back, once the industries were located in areas like Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai only. Why? Because these locations, these regions were developed. They emerged as the areas where industries could develop. So these areas were surrounded by huge agricultural activities also, and they provided hinterland, means from where the things could be taken from one place to another, those port facilities. So once the factory location we are discussing, we think of establishing the industries in those places where we have to pay least cost. Government policies are also favorable. In this way, we talked about location of industries. But now comes classification of industries. We have various products in front of us, say for any machine or transistor or bulb or automobile or even a medicine. तो जब हमें किसी प्रोडक्ट को क्लासिफाई करना है तो लेट अस फर्स्ट टॉक अबाउट ऑन व्हाट क्राइटेरिया वी आर गोइंग टू क्लासिफाई दोज इंडस्ट्रीज. तो जब हम बेस लेते हैं रॉ मटेरियल का तो देन इट कम्स एज एग्रो बेस्ड एंड मिनरल बेस्ड इंडस्ट्रीज. एग्रो बेस्ड इंडस्ट्रीज बेटा वो होती हैं जिससे मिलने जो काम करती हैं उन रॉ मटेरियल्स पे जो मिलते हैं हमें फ्रॉम एग्रीकल्चर. से फॉर एग्जांपल टी, कॉफ़ी, जूट, रबर, शुगर केन, दीज आर एग्रो बेस्ड. और जब हमें रॉ मटेरियल मिलता है बेटा मिनरल्स के फॉर्म में, दैट इज़ फ्रॉम विद इन द अर्थ, फॉर एग्जांपल आयरन एंड स्टील है या सीमेंट है या मशीन टूल्स जो हम तैयार करते हैं, तो दीज आर मिनरल बेस्ड इंडस्ट्रीज. जब हम बात करते हैं क्राइटेरिया डेवलपमेंट का, क्लासिफिकेशन का ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ मेन रोल, तो रोल कौन सा प्ले करती हैं इंडस्ट्रीज मैन्युफैक्चरिंग? ये होते हैं बेसिक रोल्स या कंज्यूमर इंडस्ट्रीज. बेसिक इंडस्ट्रीज वो होती हैं जो दूसरी इंडस्ट्रीज को बेस प्रोवाइड करती हैं, जैसे आयरन स्टील इंडस्ट्री है और कॉपर स्मेल्टिंग है. ये वेरियस मशीन्स के बनाने में अपना रोल प्ले करती हैं. मीन्स दे प्रोवाइड बेस टू अदर इंडस्ट्रीज. एंड वंस वी हैव इंडस्ट्रीज लाइक विच प्रोड्यूस प्रोडक्ट्स लाइक जो कंज्यूमर्स ने यूज़ करने हैं, जैसे स्विंग मशीन ले लीजिए या सीलिंग फैन ले लीजिए, तो दीज आर कंज्यूमर इंडस्ट्रीज. जब आ जाता है कैपिटल के इन्वेस्टमेंट की बात, तो जब पैसा कम लगाया जाएगा तो स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्री को डिफाइन करेंगे, जिसमें हम स्मॉलर नंबर ऑफ लेबर यूज़ करते हैं और स्मॉलर कैपिटल यूज़ करते हैं, तो देन इट इज़ स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्री. यही चीज़ जब लार्जर स्केल पे आ जाती है, जैसे ज़्यादा पैसा लगा दिया गया तो लार्ज स्केल इंडस्ट्री, ज़्यादा नंबर ऑफ पीपल एम्प्लॉय कर दिए गए तो देन इट इज़ लार्जर नंबर ऑफ पीपल के साथ आ जाएगा लार्ज स्केल इंडस्ट्री. तो जब इसका नेक्स्ट डिवीजन आएगा ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ ओनरशिप, जैसे इसको 4 डिस्ट्रीब्यूशंस में बांटा गया: पब्लिक, प्राइवेट, जॉइंट एंड कोऑपरेटिव. पब्लिक सेक्टर इंडस्ट्रीज वो होती हैं बेटा जो टोटली ओन एंड कंट्रोल किए जाती हैं बाय द गवर्नमेंट. से फॉर एग्जांपल भारत हेवी इलेक्ट्रिकल्स लिमिटेड या स्टील अथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया लिमिटेड. और इससे उलट जब आता है प्राइवेट सेक्टर इंडस्ट्रीज, वो जैसे कि टाटा आयरन एंड स्टील कंपनी या बजाज ऑटो लिमिटेड, डाबर इंडस्ट्रीज, ये आ जाती हैं बेटा प्राइवेट सेक्टर इंडस्ट्रीज. जॉइंट वो जिसमें पब्लिक और प्राइवेट दोनों के शेयर्स हों, जैसे जो जॉइंटली रन किए जाती हैं बाय द स्टेट एंड द इंडिविजुअल्स, जैसे कि ऑयल इंडिया लिमिटेड, ये एक जॉइंट सेक्टर ओनरशिप में काम करता है. और कोऑपरेटिव सेक्टर इंडस्ट्रीज होती हैं जब कुछ प्रोड्यूसर्स या सप्लायर्स मिल करके काम करते हैं, जैसे रॉ मटेरियल अरेंज कर दिया किसी ने और किसी अदर पार्टनर ने वर्कर्स ले आए और अपनी सेविंग्स पूल इन कर देते हैं, अपना जितना कैपिटल उनके पास अवेलेबिलिटी है वो पूल इन कर दिया, और इस बिहाफ पे जितना भी इनकम होती है दे डिस्ट्रीब्यूट अमंग्स देमसेल्व्स. और अगर लॉसेस होते हैं तो वो भी इक्वली सबको बेयर करना पड़ता है, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल शुगर इंडस्ट्री. और नेक्स्ट आता है बेटा ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ बल्क एंड वेट, यानी कि इंडस्ट्रीज से बनने वाले प्रोडक्ट्स अगर हैवी हैं तो डेफिनेटली दिस विल बी टर्म्ड एज हैवी इंडस्ट्री, जैसे हम कहते हैं आयरन एंड स्टील इंडस्ट्री. और लाइट इंडस्ट्रीज वो होती हैं बेटा जिसमें रॉ मटेरियल्स जो यूज़ किया जाए वो भी लाइट वेट हो और जो प्रोडक्ट्स तैयार होके आए जैसे इलेक्ट्रिकल गुड्स हैं तो दीज आर क्वाइट लाइट वेट, तो दीज आर टर्म्ड एज लाइट इंडस्ट्रीज. सो वी हैव क्लासिफाइड इंडस्ट्रीज ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ से 1 रॉ मटेरियल, दूसरा मेजर रोल किसने प्ले किया है, तीसरा आ जाता है ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ ओनरशिप, और फिर आ जाता है बल्क एंड वेट के बेसिस पे क्लासिफिकेशन किया जाता है ऑफ द इंडस्ट्रीज. Now this question comes as simply you have to make a flow chart in which you are to divide it in 4 bases. You should define it and give the examples as well. It can also be asked in 1 mark question like you divide the industries on the basis of raw material and give example, then it would be agro based and mineral based, giving its example along with the answer.